Hello, I'm Vighnesh Hampapura, an alumnus of Vidyavardhaka Sangha Golden Jubilee PU College, and I study English at Ashoka University now. The years of our pre-university education are quite crucial. And I don't mean to say that if it doesn't work out, then life's done, but it is quite crucial in the sense that if you launch well, then you launch really well. And for that, we need to do well in our academics, practically speaking. And in terms of the resources that will be made available for us in our pre-university colleges in Mysore, VVSGJPU really ranks among the best in the city. The faculty are extremely dedicated. They complete the portions within time, well before the second week of December, in fact. They attend all classes, they come to all classes, and one of the very important facets, I think, is how the emphasis is not on how can we score marks, but what is this concept and why is this concept important. In that sense, they're very sincere in what they're teaching. And the laboratory too is satisfactory, and each lab session actually happens. Nothing is skipped as, oh, this isn't important for the exam or something like that, which means that the learning is given a prominence. This is to do with the academic teaching part of it. But even additionally, we have 3 preparatory examinations, each of which is evaluated before the next examination so that we know where we go wrong, how we can do well, and so on. And we had free CET classes where resource people from outside were called by the college, and all of this was free of cost. Not a penny was taken from us. But there is something else I mean when I say that this is a crucial part in our lives. I don't just mean academics and examinations and where you go further, but also the fact that we are building our personalities. We are beginning to think about things larger than us. We are trying to explore new desires and arenas. And in the PU setup, where there is a very narrow-minded attitude as to what a student is and who she should be and what she should be doing, VVSGJPU College and the atmosphere is really a breath of fresh air in terms of the co-curricular activities that are on campus and outside, the opportunities they let you outside. That really helps us for our creative pursuits. And even on campus, when there are cultural events, be it the Rajyotsava or Independence Day or things like that, even the annual day, students are allowed to take lead and form programs of their own, and appreciation is given whenever the program turns out extremely well, which really builds our confidence, builds our creativities. And this was not just in my batch. I went to the annual day 2 years after I passed out, and even then the ingenuity of the activities that the students produced were really significant. And with that, there's also multiple discussions and debates that I could have with my peers and my faculty at VVSGJPU, which I attribute to the liberty of thought in the college. Here I must add the language classes, usually considered secondary and read only for the sake of marks and examinations. And this is not only the student's perception of it, it's even the instructor's perception of it. When usually this is the case, in VVSGJPU College, literature really takes on meaningfulness. And I'd like to think that the discussions that I mentioned earlier that I could have with my peers and my faculty are really an offshoot of the environment that is created in the literature classes. Because after finishing the lesson, as it's called, and the question and answers that are required for the purposes of the examination, we would really be pushed to think further by all our teachers, English teacher, Sanskrit teacher, Kannada teacher, about our lives, about ourselves, about our society, politics, and all of these things. Our children was no longer about just the questions in the textbook. It was about our choices and preferences. what are our positions vis-a-vis our parents' positions. The voter was about the healthy functioning of a community and a democracy with the healthy functioning of individual ethics. So the directions we were pointed in, the questions that we were asked, they really kept our minds thinking. And personally for me, it kept my reverence for literature going, and arguably led to my studying literature today. So I'm ever grateful to VVSGJPU College for the multiple things that it has done, but very importantly for the culture of freedom that is in its campus.